Okay, so this is the seating plan thing that I mentioned in the sort of syncing stuff to Sims. Um, this one is what the teachers would use. So this isn't actually the sheet where the data goes into. That sheet lives in the back end of this, and this pulls via an import range function stuff from there. So I put stuff into one spreadsheet, and that pulls stuff from several Sims report. There's other functions that merge a load of data together, which is then pulled into this data sheet here. And that's got live student data on, so I can't really show it on a video, but you hopefully get the gist of how it works. Let's get that out of the way. So this sheet has some information for teachers. So this you would make a copy of as a teacher, and you'd make a copy for each one of your classes. Because it's got an import range function on it, it will keep pulling data from the source sheet, which gets the data from Sims. So what you do as a teacher is simply put in a class name here, so 8T/AR1 or whatever it might be, and what will appear here is all the student information. So sitting in this cell here, we've got an if function, so this one here, so if B1, so that's B1 there, okay, it equals nothing, then it returns nothing, so at the moment it's just blank. If there's an error, it tells you you need to put in the exact class name. So if it can't find the class name you put in, it just tells you to try again, basically. And then it filters the data in here, and where column B1, which is the one that happens to contain the class name, equals data, B1, this cell equals the column A, which is the one that's got the class name in it. So you get everybody in that class, basically, and it populates this this particular sheet with all the stuff that a teacher might want. And then as a teacher, what you might do, I was playing around with this a moment ago, this will populate automatically with the names of the students. So it uses an array formula to pull data from the other sheet. And then you just select, like say whoever is number one, the name would be here, and you want to seat them, I don't know, there. You just pick there. You want to sit them next to number two, you put them there, and so on. And this is like a table. And then on the seating plan thing, it comes up on here. So I just put in another one just to illustrate. You got another one here. Now, obviously, I'm not pulling off any data at the moment because I haven't selected a class, so it's just like blank tables. But if I'd actually selected a class, you'd have a student's name here and some stuff about them. Okay. And if you want to get rid of one, just blank it out. Right. This is after all the master sheets. I better not leave it populated with anything. There we go. Okay, back to being blank. So that's it. You just make a copy of this and you just choose where your kids want to go and you put them in, and that's your seating plan. And in theory now it automatically updates the class lists from Sims. The only downside of this, and it is a work in progress, is that if, for example, somebody goes into a set list and they happen to be, I don't know, halfway through the alphabet, then they'll appear in halfway through the alphabet and sort of slightly muck up your seating plan because everybody will move around one. Not a lot I can do about that at the moment, short of putting new people on the bottom or something like that. You have to redo the seating plan when a new member joins the class. That's not too often, obviously, but it does happen. So it's not a perfect solution by any means, but it generally works okay. What actually sits in all of these cells is an if function, which looks to see what's in particular cells and then does a lookup and pulls off the appropriate piece of information if anything's selected in here. Okay, so it looks to see whether you've selected that, and then it looks at the number on there, which it relates to this. So it finds a student name and it pulls data from this sheet here. Teachers don't need to know how it works. They just pick a class and bung the names in. That's pretty much all there is to it. Okay. I might show you the blank sheet if you want, without any names in, or the import range function, and you can fiddle around with it to your heart's content. Maybe make a better version. Anyways, hopefully that'll be useful.